Hey yo, it is Carso, and today I'm here with Simply Basketball interviewing San Diego State forward and San Leandro High alumni Keshad Johnson. How have you been?
Yes, sir. I'm good. Living the dream.
Yep, we're in the practice facility right now. Super nice. I think the craziest part is the sensors around. But we're going.
Got Kawhi over there, all the records, all the championships. Trying to add to that.
You know how the Clippers were here
Yeah.
the other day. Well, I came and showed up. Kawhi was one of the only players not here.
Yeah.
Got pictures with PG, Eric Bledsoe, everyone else, but Kawhi and then Serge Ibaka ducked us. But it was cool anyway. So overall, I want to just ask you, what is it like playing at a top D1 program in the country?
What it's like playing here is just like I'm learning a lot. Outside of basketball, the campus life is great, especially COVID dying down a little more. Like, it's good to be live.
Yeah, it's so nice. Getting back to normal. So, out of San Leandro High, born and raised in Oakland, right?
Yeah.
Growing up, how was that?
Growing up, life was great. I learned a lot from living in Oakland. Gained a lot of friends, With that being said, came poverty and stuff like that, diversity, obstacles. Oakland is beautiful. Oakland is the most beautiful city ever in the world. Mm-hmm. So it made me who I am to be today.
So what made you start to get into basketball? Was it family, friends, just playing around?
When I first started basketball, I was just playing around. What really made me take it serious was I had an older brother who was playing basketball. My older brother who ended up being he was shot. He was a victim of gun violence and things like that. So he ended up surviving with the grace of God. And then from that being, I just knew I was the chosen one, me being the youngest out of 6 siblings. So I just knew it was my time to make it.
So just that inspired you to really do it for not only your family, not only for you, but for the city.
Yeah, for the city too.
So in high school, you racked up thousands of views on YouTube through mixtapes, picked up multiple college offers. When you picked up the SDSU offer, what was your initial reaction?
My initial reaction, it was like about time. I was ready. I basically could say I was a late bloomer coming out of high school. I didn't really get as much recognition. So, once I first got my first offers, then SDSU came into the window. Then I'm like, oh yeah, I don't really want to leave Cali. This is what I want.
So you knew when you received that. Who'd you talk to? Who told you?
Coach J Morris, who's now at USC.
So when you initially got that offer, you were like, nobody else has to offer.
It wasn't like that. I didn't really have my mind set up at first because I was so new to the politics and things like that. So I was always weighing my options through everything. But over time, SDSU, they showed the most consistency, the most love over and over again. So
would you say the loyalty of SDSU and how they really wanted you to be here is why you're here today?
Yeah, they was very persistent with what they wanted in me. They showed me that they wanted me. They showed me what they can do for me. And it's their history, of course.
Yeah,
that plays a big part.
And a couple other NorCal guys came down here. I know Dakari Allen from Sheldon, and then Malik Pope.
Yeah.
So NorCal beats San Diego. Yeah. So you commit to SDSU freshman year. You join a nationally ranked. The team was really good.
Nothing like it. That was a dream.
And obviously you're as a freshman, you're not going to get the most minutes. Mm-hmm. So what did you find your role was as you went on?
My role was to do anything to help the team win. Coming out as a freshman, I know here at SDSU, we don't really fall into the politics play. If you good, you good. If you gotta learn. Things like that. So with that being said, I learned from all the veterans. We went 30-2. When we was 22-0. We took over the map. We were the only undefeated team at the end of the day. And then, so with that being said, it was just a dream, watching all those guys play, the other guys, learning from them, learning experience. What I'm gonna do, I'm not gonna change that. We winning. There's nothing I can really do. So
that's how you build that camaraderie.
Head down, working, learning every day.
So that team was 6th in the nation at one point. Probably should have been higher, to be honest. 30-2, all-time most winning team in SDSU history. So then COVID happens, and it's cut short. What was the team's reaction?
Team reaction, COVID messed up the whole world, but from a basketball standpoint, it was just like, it was a nightmare. You know, I keep saying it was a dream come true, but once COVID hit, it was a nightmare. Like, we had senior guys that played the best that anybody can ever play, so they had to find out what their next step was going to be. And if we would have went to March Madness, you know, those guys probably would have been in a much better situation than they are now. But life goes on. COVID probably happened to take people through different obstacles and give them better opportunities. You know?
Yeah, I mean, it sucks because then you got guys like Malachi Flynn ended up going to the league. Obviously, that's the dream, but who knows? That team.
Exactly. We had Malachi Flynn. We had Yanni Wessel, who went overseas. KJ Fagan, who's G League. You know, Matt Mitchell, Jordan Shackle. Their stock would have been boosted up.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I remember watching the games and it was just like, this team is going to be special. Then you get the call. So you talked a little bit about like March Madness. What was the team's expectations as you guys were heading into March Madness?
Before March Madness, like, we always knew we was the best. Like, that year, it was just something about that team, the camaraderie, like, everybody was locked in with each other on and off the court. Even during the games, it was a lot of games with that team. We went into halftime being down, probably about 15 or something like that. But like the ego that we had together, it was just great. Like, nobody could stop us with that. Our defense was impeccable. If we was down, it was probably because we wasn't shooting well. And the only way you're gonna win if you're not shooting well is playing defense. So we knew we could always rely on that, and we knew we had guys that could shoot the ball. So everybody gonna have that moment in the game, but can you like make me not be able to shoot for a full game? No. We had NBA, we had pros, so we knew coming out of the second half out of all those games we was gonna win. There was never a game we went to that year where it felt like, okay, we might be in trouble. No, we never felt that way. So if we was going to March Madness, we had our mind ready to win it all.
Yeah, because, they say the only thing that travels is defense.
Sure.
And you guys had that 1 through 5. So then sophomore year, your role starts to open up more. You guys go 23-5, ranked 16th in the country. What was the biggest difference for you from your freshman to sophomore year?
The biggest difference for me was I was getting more opportunities. I knew I was being held accountable more. I had to take advantage of everything that was put in front of me. I had to be ready, had to showcase all my hard work that I had the previous year, everything that I learned, and all those kind of things. My leadership role increased within the team.
So you improved in every statistical category. Would you just attribute that to your hard work over the offseason, working with the guys more and more?
It's a statistic that shows hard work, a statistic that shows like more playing time, all of that, like being more comfortable. That's a big key. What went on during that time.
So you had 2 amazing scoring games. You had 15 against Wyoming and 14 against Irvine. Just what does it mean to, like, you're out of the game and you're like, I just dropped 15 in a college game. What do you think about that?
It's a great feeling afterwards. Like, it's just like, okay, I did it. Like, I can't dwell on that though. Don't get me wrong. Like, one game at a time. So during the game, when that's going on, I don't really worry about it. Like, I just thank God. Okay, I hit that shot. Thank God. Let's get to the next play. Then after the game, okay, I gotta show that I can do this over and over and over again, so I can make a living doing this. We're not just always thinking about what's going on in college. We're thinking about the next level. That's what I'm trying to get to. But yeah, as college goes, I just want to keep producing just like that. I always show glimpses, but consistency is what'll get you there. So that's what I'm more about.
Yeah, I mean, I was at the game the other night, and just you looked more aware of what was going on than even you did last year, and that's probably half the game right there. It's just knowing where to be.
Yeah. So
last year, you guys won the Mountain West Championship. What was your reaction to that, and overall, just the locker room's reaction?
I don't want to say it was expected, but like we know we put in the most work. We know like our preparation with our coaches here at San Diego State is like the best coaching staff in the country. Our game preparation, can't nobody stop us. So we knew what was going on throughout the year. We knew all our obstacles. We had a tough preseason. So that prepared us for the regular season. We went into the regular season game after game, trying to work. If we lost the game, we came back even harder. Going into the playoffs, the Mountain West Championship, we knew we had tough opponents. So like it was always preparation. That's also half of the battle. So we was always prepared to win it all.
So then you guys head to Indy. Sore subject here, but just tell me, you guys fly over there. What is the mindset of the team?
The mindset of the team, fly over there, show everybody what we made of. Like, West Coast, we don't really get too much love on the West Coast, so we got to show we're always the underdogs. So, yeah.
Matchup against Syracuse, favorable matchup at the time, but Syracuse always plays well.
Yeah.
They're led by one of the best coaches in the country, and you guys knew what you guys were up against. And what was the game plan kind of going in?
The game plan going in, we knew they were going to zone us. We was trying to get into the middle, trying to break down their zone. But Syracuse, they did a good job of making all the adjustments to keep us from getting hot outside the perimeter with our shooters. So we just had to try to make an adjustment. Wasn't too much shots falling down. So we kind of had a rough night that night.
Yeah. You guys are down 14.5. What is coach telling you guys?
Coach telling us just go out there, play with a little bit more swagger. That's Coach Dutch, big time saying, play with swagger. Like, don't be tense. Don't let the coaches get in your head. You got to be a basketball player at the end of the day. Make plays happen at that moment, especially.
So I'm not sure if this is correct, but was that one of the first games you guys had played in front of fans basically all season?
Yeah, I think that was the first game that we played in fans in I'll say about a year.
And they're a lot closer to Syracuse, a lot closer to Indy.
A lot of orange in there. We also had our Aztecs in there too.
Yeah. Talk about the fans a little bit. Like, what do the fans mean to you guys?
Oh, the fans, the show is nothing like it here in San Diego. Like, we're the professional team of San Diego. Everybody know what to expect. Come out to Viejas. We're gonna always give a show. We walking outside the basketball world. Everybody know who you are. So they showing love every day.
Yeah, that was. I've been to Kings games because I'm from Sacramento, but I've never been to a college basketball game. Yeah. That game the other night was just the student section's crazy. So, going back to March Madness, what was your role coming in? Because you got some playing time in that game. What was your goal at the end of that?
My goal was to just play hard, show everybody what I'm capable of. That's when you're on the biggest stage. So I wasn't worried about too much points or anything like that, statistics. I was just trying to help get the win. Play hard, give energy and effort. Coach Dutch always say that's the only two things you can control as a player. You can't control if your shot always going to fall or anything like that. So you just got to give your energy, attitude, and effort. And that's what I was trying to do.
So obviously it wasn't the finish you guys wanted, but what did you learn from that in your sophomore year that you've taken into your junior year so far?
It was just like my biggest takeaway was that that's who I want to be. I want to be at March Madness. I want to be showing everybody, showing the world what I'm capable of. So that just motivated me a lot from there.
Yeah, I mean, then you head in, obviously, your summer workouts. Just what inspired you to grind that hard? Because I saw you working out a lot this summer.
I know my time coming. I got to be ready. I can't get caught up in my time coming idea. I got to try to figure out what's going on now. I got to make it happen now. So now you played your second preseason game. We can't talk about UCLA as much as I want to, but St. Catherine guys had a huge lead in the first half. Second half didn't look as great, but tell me just what should SDSU fans expect from this season? They should expect the show. They should expect us to come out there every night, defend, give it our all. If anything goes wrong, just know we're gonna come back harder.
That was first half. You came in, brought a lot of energy. That was the big thing. Couple offensive rebounds. That was great. Lost about roughly 50% of your offense from last season in Shackle and Mitchell, primarily. Besides Matt Bradley, obviously third leading scorer in the Pac-12 last season, what as a team are you guys going to bring that you guys have to this time?
In order to fill in that gap offensively that we lost from Matt and Shackle, we have to bring in our defense. We got to be big on defense. We got a larger team in terms of height and weight and things like that. So we got to be able to be intimidators. Like we got to be the ones that put that nail. So I would just say, like, on the defensive end, we got to get all the boards, any hustle plays to fill in that gap. That's what's going to help win the game is the extra plays. Whoever got the most plays at the end of the game is more likely to win that game. So offensive rebounding, defensive rebounding, things like that.
Other night, I believe you got your first start of your career, right?
Yes,
Just when coach told you, hey, you're starting Keshad, what was your reaction and how did it feel to go out there having your name heard on the big screen?
It was a blessing. Honestly, it was a blessing, but I was ready. I would say I wasn't too surprised. I was just ready for the moment and ready to showcase what I'm going to be working for.
That's awesome. So these are just some general questions. Just tell me what you love about SDSU.
What I love about SDSU, it's never a dull day in San Diego. Sunny.
Except for today, like it was pretty cloudy. Yeah, but you come from the Bay, so you kind of expect that. So then, obviously, D1 athlete, school, athletics, all that. Tell me what it's like balancing homework and basketball.
Homework and basketball, you got to be a student athlete here at San Diego State. But the way our program is set up, we always have that support in our system. We got good mentors, good academic advisors, and things like that. So as long as you hold yourself accountable, they'll also hold you accountable. You're going to get it done. That's for sure going to happen. So
now in your junior year, what did you wish you knew as a freshman?
Now in my junior year, what I wish I knew as a freshman is how important it is to learn every day, to take advantage of every opportunity, get in the gym, learn, watch film. Film, that's a big one. Watch film on all your mistakes and things like that.
So you got another Simply guy coming down next year, and Miles. You gonna take him under your wing?
Of course, got to. He gonna be great. Miles gonna be great. Miles Bird for sure.
Yeah, All-American dad, but played with Malachi Flynn. Is that one of the better players you played with? Tell me a little bit about playing with now an NBA. Could be a starter on some teams.
Malachi Flynn. That's just him. He's him. That's all I really got to say about that. Malachi Flynn in here every day, working on his craft every day. Like that's things like that just don't happen for any reason. Like believe it or not, he motivated me. Like I go home, I see Malachi still in the gym. That motivated me. Like, okay, I see where he at now. So now let me get on that. You know. So just seeing him work his magic on the court, seeing the swag that he played with, his confidence, like it's out this roof. Like,
did you know instantly when he came in, like, oh, that dude, he can play in the league?
Sure. Day in, day out, Malachi proves himself every day.
Yeah. So what does it mean for you and your family to see you playing? You're on TV, you played in March Madness. What does that mean to you?
To me, it means a lot. In my family eyes, they probably see it as I already made it. Like, you know, like, I'm still striving for greatness, but I'm out of my home environment. I'm doing bigger and better things, so I already made it in their eyes. And what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to really get them out and let them see the world.
They probably are more excited than you are sometimes. Sure. So, kind of to wrap it up, I have a podcast called Stuck in a Dream, and I've asked Bobby Jackson, this Coleman Hawkins, Miles, who would be your dream teammate? It could be college, NBA, all time. Who would be your dream teammate?
Dream teammate. Well, I look at LeBron as the GOAT. Gotta be the GOAT.
I don't know about that one.
That's prove it all. Dream teammate.
Guy that could throw you some oops. So.
Me being the open guy, I gotta go with Stephen Curry. That gotta be my good teammate. Like he changed the game, and to be with somebody that changed the game, that's wisdom plus his personality. Like Steph, somebody like Steph, like you never see Steph pouting. He's not arrogant. He got a good head on his shoulders. You know. Yeah,
I mean, I've asked Bobby Jackson who the GOAT was. He said Michael Jordan, so we don't need to get into that.
Yeah. Ron is the GOAT. That's the end of the conversation. Ron is the GOAT.
I'd like to thank you, Keshad, for coming on. for Simply Basketball. It means a lot seeing you out here, going to the games, having fun. Thanks for coming on.
Yep. Appreciate you.